Self. Are we together, everyone? Look into yourself, question yourself today, this moment at 8:15 or 8:30 on today's date, 6th of October, 2025. Ask, are you living a big life? Question. I'm not saying there's anything wrong the way you are. There's nothing wrong. Secondly, ask, am I feeling satisfied within? Am I feeling fulfilled within? Am I feeling that kind of energy that's like exploding within me, that I want to do something, I want to be something? And this doesn't come with your studies, with your knowledge, education se nahi aata hai. All of us are very well educated, yes or no? All of us have relationships. How many of us are satisfied, fulfilled, joyful, enjoying, having fun, living a life of like excitement, like it's bubbling? How many of you do that? And you know, how does this happen? How many of you want to know this? First of all, how many of us want to live that kind of life, where there's a lot of excitement, joy, fulfillment? Yeah. People behind the names, give me a thumbs up. Yes. Give me a thumbs up. Yes. Give me a thumbs up if you're just not put on your video. I need thumbs up. I need acknowledgement of what I'm saying. Okay. So how many of you want to live the life, a big life, a joyful life, a happy life, an excited life? Okay. And how many of you are really, means it's not necessary that you may have it. How many of you really have it now? That you say that, boss, my life is ekdam exciting, ekdam maza aa gaya, cheeze mein dhamal aa rahe hai, boss. How many of you are like that? And I'm saying that doesn't mean that you don't have problems. Huh? If you're having problems, that means you're still alive. Because dead people don't have problems. So don't see it as no problem life. I'm not saying that. The more you become alive, the more problems you'll have. Because then you're confronting life. That doesn't mean that, okay, let me invite problems on me. आज जाके चल एक गाड़ी के सामने खड़े रहता है. हमने 2-4 fracture लेके आऊंगा. I have problems. Oh boss, I am alive. You're almost dead. Are you hearing me? ऐसा नहीं. I'm saying really, because you got to be alive in order to deal with their problems. Others, how many people who are depressed and they are dealing with their problems existing? So how many of you really want to, well, how many of you you think, just ask this question to yourself, are living a life which is fulfilling, satisfying? It's like I am handling it, I'm managing it, I'm going beyond my limits every time. I don't want you to answer this question, but I want you to question yourself. Or write down somewhere. Right? How many of you have a relationship where you are saying, wow, maza aa gaya? Because I'm going to talk a bit on relationships. Relationships are the key. Let me tell you, I deal everything in relationships, including cold, cancers, everything. Everything I boil it down to relationships. Most of the people who are with me, doing therapy, they know that I speak only relationship. I only deal with the relationship. Yes or no? It's only relationship I talk about. Because that's where the problem is. Because you are. And one more thing. Okay, let me ask you one thing. How many of you have problems in relationships? Because we are going to talk relationships today. No one is raising hands. Very simple. बोलेगा यार ये question मत पूछा कर. पूछा मत करिए question.
Doc, I don't have problems in the relationships. I have problems with myself when I'm in a relationship.
We'll come to that. तुम थोड़ा आगे चले जाते हो.
Okay.
बाकी लोगों को उसका आंसर दे दोगे तो फिर उनको मजा नहीं आएगा. Yeah. So, so how many of us? All of us have. Yes or no? If you are in a relationship, you will have a problem. Get this. And many a times we think or we don't want it to be like that. How many of you like that? I don't want this problem in my relationship. If this problem in my relationship were not there, my life would have been wow. Yes. How many of you think like that? शर्मा मत हाथ उठाने का करो ना शर्माने का नहीं जरा भी yeah great. So you may not have, but you may have some relationship somewhere else, like kind of money relationship, health relationship. That's also a relationship, by the way. But we are talking relationship today, okay, with a person. Now, bottom line, the relationship, the problem in the relationship that you have, or rather put it like this, the kind of relationship that you have out there is the kind of relationship you share with yourself. Are we together? The kind of relationship you have out there is the same relationship you have with yourself. Most of us are trying to change the person out there, the people out there, saying that if they change or if they were not like this, my life would have been different. How many of you understand this? And they believe even now that if people change, my life would be perfect. अगर मेरा हस्बैंड ठीक हो जाए ना तो लाइफ एकदम सेट है बॉस. या हस्बैंड की वजह से मेरा बाप ठीक हो जाएगा ना मेरा लाइफ एकदम सेट है बॉस. राइट तरुण? I've done that. So मैं कोई दूध से धुला हुआ नहीं है. Done that. That's why I'm very good at it. वो उसमें डुबकी मारा है बहुत बार, ब्लेम किया है बहुत बार, made everyone wrong around me. Till the time one day it hit me, it slapped me on my face, saying that, boss, it's not them, it's you. It's you. I still remember this. I'll share this with you. This was amazing. I was in a workshop. This was exactly 20 or 21 years back. And I remember in the workshop, I was, it was good. 70 people were there in the workshop. And I was one part of them. And everything was going on. And then the person, the leader was taking us through. And there was a point where that leader said, Rajiv, go out. This was in Kolaba. Go out. Outside, there's a mirror out there. And उसमें सिर्फ जाके देखना. ये exercise मेरे को दिया गया. All of them were going on with their the workshop. Now, when it is said you have to do it, that is how it is in the workshop. That workshop also. I still remember I went out. Huge mirror, bathroom में है, gents toilet, huge mirror जहाँ hand wash करते हैं. And I looked, and I was supposed to look into my eyes. And I looked into my eyes. I kept looking, and it just took me 2 or 3 minutes. I still remember that day, that moment. I had tears in my eyes, and I sat down in that washroom. And for 20 minutes, I was crying. But I still remember that because that was the turning point. 20 minutes, I was just weeping. I just couldn't stop. Because I was not looking at anyone else. I was looking at myself that day. And I realized that the breakdown was not out there. The problem was not out there. The problem was inside me. And I started acknowledging that. Today's topic, I'll just share this, is, yeah. Can you see this? Today's topic? Today's topic is this: discovering the mind games in relationship. Yeah. And as we said, this mission, it's a mission that I'm on, where I want to create one healer every home. And that's why I'm requesting you all to share this information more and more people. So discovering the mind games in relationships. Okay. And a little bit about myself for people who are new. I'm an author of this book called Giving Up Something to Receive Everything. I'm a homeopathic physician, counselor, health psychologist, trauma therapist, specializing in anxiety and PTSDs. And I'm a trainer for clinical hypnotherapy, core-somatic integration, transactional analysis, neuro-linguistic programming. Just a lot of things are there. I've not mentioned over here. And also, I am a certified Tai Chi and Qigong practitioner. Yeah, and I train people in that. And every Saturday there is a workshop. There's a class happening. Anyone who's interested can join. They're very, very cheap, very inexpensive sessions every Saturday. And this is my book. If someone wants to pick up a book, a soft copy, it is available on Amazon Kindle. And secondly, if you want a hard copy, you can message me and I will send it to you. Yeah, I will tell you the cost when you order it. And then it's a very good book, which is on forgiveness, mindful forgiveness. It's not just regular forgiveness. And why, even after you have been through on in religious your sermons, you hear forgive karo, ye karo, wo karo. Why it doesn't work? You're born into a religion. Every religion has a lot of forgiveness they talk about, but why it doesn't work for you, and why you're unable to do it? Everything is written in this book. Yeah, it's almost a 205-page book, and so if you're interested, please join, buy it, and also put a review once you read it. Now, this is something that we have been, okay, feel stuck, struggling, directionless in career and relationships, having repetitive patterns of giving up easily, procrastinating, indecision, and lack of intimacy and harmony in relationships, feel your voice is not heard or you cannot take a stand, feel like a victim. You think people isolate you, shun you, put you down, or you do it to people. So anyone, any number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just write down the numbers 1, 3, 5, whatever, even if it applies to you a little. Yeah, just put it on the in the comment box. Quick. Okay. Yeah, very good. So the more you put it on the in the comment box, the more you're participating. That's good. That helps. Yeah. Yes. 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 I am living one such life. Yes. Very good. And I'm really glad that you're 1, 2, 5. Yes. Very good. 5, 6, 5. 1 and 6, 2, 5, 1, 3. Very good. Okay. Super. So most of us are living our life in this zone. There was a time when I was living in this zone. I think almost all are yes. And if there are more questions, I would definitely write a yes. Okay. Stuck, struggling, directionless, repetitive patterns in lacking intimacy in some relationships. Now, it doesn't have to be all relationships. Some you're good, some you're bad. So we have, and whenever anything is not good, we focus on that. We start healing that. We don't heal or try to change a good relationships. Okay. Don't fix it if it's not broken. Remember, don't fix it if it's not broken. Remember, don't fix it if it's not broken. So feel your voice is not heard. You cannot take a stand. A lot of people go through. I was in this space, and that's why maybe I had to assert myself, not assert, be loud, not assert, loud. aggressive so that people can hear me, couldn't take a stand, feeling like a victim, feel isolated, shunned, put down. And this was all like long-term story. I didn't even know that this existed till that I started getting present to it. Okay. And we are going to talk about games. Yeah. Like the games. So let's understand, first of all, let's understand some things before we get into games. Yeah. Okay. How many of you are enjoying this? Just the questions. Okay, let me, I'll first put down, let's understand this first. How many of you understand, what do you understand by the word script? What is a script? Script is something that is written, yes or no? All the movie people know are a script, a story. Yes, very good. Story, right? It's a story. Now, we all are living a life on a script. Do you know this? We all are living our life on a script that is written by whom? By your own self. When did you write it? You wrote it when you were a small child. You wrote it when you were in your mother's womb. You wrote it as you were growing up. When did you stop writing? You don't stop. You're just adding. अरे थोड़ा पिक्चर का स्टोरी को ऐसा घुमाते, फिर ऐसा अरे नई लड़की मिल गई, चल अभी थोड़ा ऐसा घुमाते, अरे अभी ठीक हो जाएगा, चल नया लड़का मिला, अभी इसको ठीक, अभी सब ठीक हो जाएगा, अरे पैसा आ गया, अभी ठीक हो जाएगा. कुछ नहीं ठीक होता है. Because the source script is the same. Is that clear? You're only adding characters to the script by getting married, by getting into a workplace relationship, by studying and having, and when I say relationship, doesn't mean a relationship where you get intimate and all. वो नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. Any relationship with your friends also. Look at, just go back and think of the group of friends that you have. There are one or two whom you get along with big time. And there are some of them whom you have a lot of problems. And with some of them, you are okay to avoid them. They are good friends, but you are okay. नहीं आगे चलता है. Yes or no? But there are some जो तुम्हारे पार्टी में आना ही चाहिए. कुछ भी हो जाए, दुनिया इधर का उधर होएगा चलेगा, लेकिन पार्टी में रहना चाहिए. Yes or no? अपना घर का मेंबर है वो. और उसके बाद लफड़ा भी बहुत होता है.
So, Doc, I want to ask you a question here.
I'll take the questions later.
Okay.
Yeah. In the end, just write down the questions. I'll take the questions later. Otherwise, it will break the flow. Yeah. So, how many of you agree with this? And now, let's take a relationship. Now, this is a script. And now in that script, we are also bringing in written about the kind of relationship that we are going to have. But I have already started off with this saying that the relationship that you share with others is the relationship that you have with yourself. The script doesn't change with different experiences. Yes, it does change with different experiences, provided you are aware. Otherwise, the different experiences is the same experience that you have had, because the mind tends to repeat what it already knows. It never creates anything new. कचरे डब्बे में हाथ डालोगे, क्या निकलेगा? कचरा ही निकलेगा. Now you're saying नहीं, लेकिन कल रात को डाला था, आज नया डब्बा लेके आए ले. अभी हाथ डालेगा ना तो नया कुछ निकलेगा. नहीं, कचरा ही निकलेगा. Is that clear? How many of you get this? Yes? Awesome. Yeah. People who are behind the names, write down. You got it. Okay. So we have to, yes, or give me a thumbs up, yes. Or we have to change the experiences, like what Lina has asked. We have to change the experiences. And for changing the experiences, where do you got to go? You got to go again back into childhood, because this was written over there. Okay, now we'll connect it to how it basically starts off. How many of you are finding this interesting to begin with? Oh, okay. Relationship is always an interesting topic, right? But maze ki baat hai, no one wants to change it. They're all wanting the other person to change. And saying, okay, it should change, but the other person should change it. Main to theek hai. How many of you in that zone? At least 1, 2. Yes, very good. Okay. Now, there is one basic foundation that we all have to come from. What is that foundation? The foundation is that people, including me, yeah, say, including me, point towards yourself. People, say this along with me. People, including me, are okay and unbroken. People, including me, are okay and unbroken. We are complete. We are perfect. We are whole. WHOLE. Right? Are we together on this? We are all unbroken. To start from the basic foundation, this is a foundation of transactional analysis. When I heard this for the first time in transactional analysis, I was blown. I was blown. People are okay. But then what was said? This is the essence of being human. It's the foundation. It's like you have a building. The building might be having cracks and all that, but the foundation is strong. That's the foundation. Uske upar building white color ka hai, red color ka hai, blue color ka hai, it doesn't matter. The foundation is same. Does that make sense? And it doesn't matter who paints what color in the house, but the foundation is same for everyone. Is that clear? That's the essence. Are we together? Raise your hands. Super. Okay. And then what happens? Then what happens is that, okay, raise your hands. Let me put it, let me have the rules clear over here. When I say raise the hands, that is for people who are on the video. People who are off the video, they have to just give a thumbs up. Otherwise, the hand raise, digital hand will show up over here. Okay. So give a thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Great. Awesome. Okay. Now, then what happens? We grow up, and then there are, see, remember, how is it for children? Children come from one space for sure. All children, animal ho ya human beings. What is that space? Children are needy. Children are needy. Second, children are dependent. Innocent nahi pata hai, lekin children are needy and children are dependent. Of course, because they are innocent, because they don't have any idea about the conscious mind is not there. They don't think, they come from feelings. Right? So they are needy, and what do they want? What they want is attention, approval, and love. From whom? From the parental figures whom they look up to, because they are the ones who are going to safeguard them, protect them, take care of their needs. Agar wo nahi hai to main to mar jayega. Yes or no? That's what the child believes, right? Now, but the parent and the parental figures, they have a lot of other things to take care of. Like the mother must be in the kitchen and the child is just born 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, 1 month. The mother is in the kitchen preparing food for the child only. May not be 1 month, jada. Okay, 6 months. And now the child is wah, 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 wah. And the mother is taking another 3 minutes to reach there. But for the child, it is like, agar khana nahi aayega, to main to mar jayega. I'm going to be dead. So it's about survival. At that point, the child doesn't make any decision. But as the child grows, the child starts forming words to it, giving words to all this. Is that clear? And those words, they become your beliefs. And most of the times, we are carrying negative beliefs. So those are called decisions. How many of you get this? They're called decisions. And we live life on that decision. How long? For almost the rest of the life. And the decision is a very emotional decision. Is that clear? The emotions are impacted. And then the decision is made. So the emotions remain the same only, the painful one. And that's why most of the people have a lot of issues with their own parents and parental figures. Do you know this? भाई तुम्हारे को पैदा हुआ है बॉस, मेहरबानी किया तुम्हारे पे, तुम लोग तो यू तो गॉट टू बिहेव लाइक सर्वेंट्स टू मी, तुम लोग को पैदा हुआ मैं. If I didn't want it, I wouldn't have been born. You know that? I did meherbani on you. Now, you have to pay a price for that. And some of us make them pay a price for the rest of their life. It doesn't matter what they do for you after that. You only hold resentment, rage, anger, and try to be very hurtful to them. Very, very hurtful. मजे की बात क्या है पता है? Right. Yeah. Okay. Now, these decisions and these emotions, they're all energy forms. Do you agree to this? They're all energies, because every thought, every feeling, every emotion, what you are, everything is energy. Now, when you're coming from such kind of decisions and with this kind of hurtful emotions, they block that energy in that place. What I call as, they get frozen. What they become? They become frozen. Right? And now that frozen energy has a tendency to repeat itself. Is that clear? Has a tendency to repeat itself. And we tend to do the same thing again and again. Now, only thing, instead of the parents, now we find someone else and start the same game with them. Does that make sense? That's why many of them, they say, when this guy met me, sab theek tha, I thought everything is going to fine. And after some time, what happened? Or after I got married, what happened? Was this guy was like fooling me. He was lying. He started showing his true colors. Nahi, true colors nahi tha. True colors. That's just a part that is frozen that showed up in the relationship. One of my Instagram, I have shown why people have fights after their marriages. The more, not marriages, the more intimate you get, the more problems occur. Because your past shows up at that time. Does that make sense? That's why the more intimate you get, doesn't matter if you're just becoming friends, college maybe, regular friends. But as you get closer, you start fighting. You'll have problems. Arey, aisa karta hai, waisa karta hai. He's trying to act smart. He's trying to be egoistic. She's trying to be like this. Yes or no? How many of you experienced this? We all have. Because that's like true for everyone. It's global. It's universal. And now that keeps repeating. And the same thing applies in your relationship with people. And whatever you have felt in your childhood and as you are growing up, that experience that you have is what shows up in the relationship that you have. I'll ask you one question. Just be honest and write down, what do you generally feel about your own self? Don't say, oh, I feel very confident, I feel I am the best and I'm perfect and complete. वो तो मत लिखो ही मत. Otherwise you wouldn't be in this session. Right? Write down what do you feel. I don't feel valued. I feel people take advantage of me. I feel useless. I feel I'm not good enough. Write down. Just one. And you will be in for a surprise. Okay, people take advantage of me, not good enough. Okay, not worthy. Ah, that's good. I like it. Good. Stuck. Okay, great. Keep writing. I'll ask you a question now. Feel I don't matter. Yes, agreed. And when I don't matter and I need to be taken care of, I can't handle anything. Wow. They are using me and then through whatever and throw me away. I'll ask you a question. Has this feeling started only after getting into this relationship, or you had it much earlier also before this relationship? In your earlier relationship, or maybe as a child? If it's there before this, right before. Like this is not the first time in this relationship you started having these feelings. Since childhood, yes. Before, yeah. With parents, yes. Before. Right. Childhood, relationship, yes. In other relationships also. Very good. So you can see this. What I want to bring to your attention is that this is not new. This hasn't happened in this relationship. You want to believe that this happened in this relationship because of this relationship. No, it was never because of this relationship. You always carried it. That person or that relationship has only highlighted it, has brought it to the fore. And it has to be brought to the fore for a particular reason. What is the reason? The reason is very simple. When you can see the dirt, what you will do? You'll start, right? What would you do? You'll start to clean it. Yes, clean it. This person is only helping you bring that dirt up which you're already carrying in the relationship. In relationship with your own self. We started off with this, remember? But then instead of doing something about it, instead of being thankful, having gratitude for bringing it up, you start having a problem with that person or blaming that person. Does that make sense? And you're stuck over there. That really problem doesn't go, the relationship goes away. Does that make sense? How many of you it makes sense? Yes, very good. Just give me a thumbs up. Oh, yes. Great. And this is what we call as games. The same game is being played. Okay, now people, I'll just making a guess. Tell me if I'm right. So if you feel people take advantage of me, you'll start seeing that this person is actually someone who takes advantage, or according to you, or is a more of a controller or a dominating person. If you feel that I don't feel worthy, the other person is someone who puts you down and you have to please that person. How many of you agree with this? And you can see it in your relationship. Does it? Yeah. This is the essence of what we have to understand about relationship in order to begin to start. First of all, acknowledgement is the key, and that is what we are doing right now. Now, this starts from childhood. I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying your parents are right or the person is right. I'm not saying that. I'm asking you to look at yourself first. Is that clear? Because till the time you don't, because the change has to be done within yourself. Whatever transformation, it has to begin from you, within you. Is that clear? Because you can't, if your house is dirty, it's pointless going and trying to clean another person's house. If your house is dirty, your room is dirty, there's dirt in your bedroom, and you start cleaning up the front room, does it clean up the bedroom? Never. If you have to clean up if the bedroom has to be clean, you have to start cleaning the bedroom if there's dirt in the bedroom. You can't clean up some other room and expect this room to be clean. Is that clear, everyone? So you got to start from within yourself. Most of us are hoping the other person to change. Okay. Now, as we grow up, the child is in need of this attention, the love, the dependency. And the parents, in order to have control over the child, because they have to discipline the child, they have to see to it that they educate them. So in that process, it's a vicious circle for everyone. They are also caught up in the drama, and they start forcing the child, or putting the child down, criticizing the child, damaging the child's, or disciplining the child, hurting the child, just to have control. And what the child needs is love and affection, and they hold back that love and affection. And let me tell you, they also don't know that they're doing it, because they think, oh, I'm doing right. No one does anything wrong consciously. Because if it's done consciously, it's not wrong, it's right. Right? You don't do anything wrong consciously. You do right things consciously. You think, oh, this is the right thing. That's why you're doing it. Do you agree? How many of you agree with this? Yeah. Great. Super. So now, you you make a decision. And this is a very unconscious decision, and these decisions are called injunctions in terms of transactional analysis. Transactional analysis is a very powerful change psychology, which I have seen transforms people's way of thinking, way of behavior, and helps them go back to the sense of wholeness, sense of completion, sense of fulfillment within oneself, becoming very authentic, becoming very aware. Is it clear? And we need that in order to become whole, complete. We got to be authentic to ourselves. We got to take responsibility, got to become aware of what's happening so that we can change it. And that is what transactional analysis provides, by helping you learn what kind of injunctions you have created, what kind of games you are playing in this relationship, and what is the script that you have written, such that you can change that script and you can rewrite that script. You can understand the games and take charge of it and break those games and start becoming more complete and authentic with yourself, because the games are played from the inauthentic self. We call as the inauthentic roles, because they are roles. Is that clear? It is like a crack in the wall. The house is okay, the wall, there's a crack. Yes, got to divorce your story. Yes. Clear on this? Just because there's a crack doesn't mean the whole house and the floor of the house, the foundation, that's all uh, unworthy to live in. No, we just got to clear up the crack. But the crack is also saying there's something that is pressurizing, or that is not up to the mark. So you got to look into it. Why the crack? Is there a water leakage behind, or is there some pressure, or is someone hitting it on the other side? All those things you have to check. Right? So this is what it is. So now, once you do that, so we have to start understanding the games. Once you start understanding the games are played from injunctions. Some of the injunctions that I can share, which we have a complete questionnaire where you start understanding your games. You start understanding your injunctions. Some of them injunctions are don't exist, don't belong, don't love, don't feel, don't succeed. There are so many people who want to do a lot in their life. They go up, they come down. They go up, rise in the career, and then they fall again. Or they get into a relationship, they keep having breakdowns in the relationship. Or they feel that I'm isolated. They feel victimized in the relationship. Many of them feel that I'm giving too much, but I'm not getting much in return. Anyone like that? Or many of them feel that I am not being myself. Imposter. These are all injunctions. They are deep beliefs that you are carrying right from childhood. Is that clear? Some of them are feeling very suicidal. They have the injunction don't exist. Some of them have an injunction don't belong. They don't feel at home at their own place, or with anyone, with friends also, they feel there's something missing. Or I'm not given attention. Don't feel important is another injunction. There are like this 12 injunctions, and you will able to figure out these injunctions with these just through one questionnaire. When I started to know this, like I had this don't succeed, I had many don't exist, don't belong, and I could understand why I was feeling so unloved, though I was getting so much of love. I would have thoughts of suicide again and right from childhood. It would always be there, and I would wonder, okay, why it's happening. How many of with me? Yeah. Okay. So this is what it is. So till the time we don't change that, we don't become aware of it and change that, you're going to be caught up in the loop, and then the possibility of creating the same experience in another relationship and another relationship and another relationship is more than 100%. Okay, I told you that for that you got to become aware. Yeah. And there's a particular way to figure out, that is called figure out the games, that's called formula G. Yeah, which we talk in the workshop generally. There's a whole lot of formula, like there are almost 6 or 7 things. Con, yeah, con, cross, con, yeah, then there's a cross, there's a bait, there is switch, Okay. So that is what makes up the game. And once you understand the game, then you can change it. Any game. Like when you're playing football, you got to understand the rules of the. You can't carry a bat to football. When you're going to play cricket, you can't carry a golf or a club. You can't carry that to play cricket, right? You say, but I will. It's okay. But the thing is that you're not allowed to play cricket. In your gully cricket, you can play like that. हमको जो करना है कर सकते हैं. But real cricket, you cannot. Is this clear? So there are certain rules. And with those rules, once you understand, then you can change anything that you want. Because you're not changing the person out there, you're changing the relationship with your own self. And that is what we started. You are reconnecting to your holistic of what you are, the wholeness that you are. Is that clear? So this is what it is for how you are able to. Now, how do you change it? It's very, very important to know this. Yeah, one of them, it is called strokes. In transactional analysis, we call it strokes. Very, very powerful. When people learn strokes on the second day, they suddenly feel that their whole life has changed. Because they have got a tool, very, very simple tool. And get that anything that is so simple and easy, we overlook it. And we don't value it. How many of us value oxygen? How many of us value? No, we don't value. We spoil it. Free air. How many of us value water? We don't value. Right? How many of us value silence? It's so very important. How many of us value rest? How many of us value sleep? We don't value. How many of us value health? No value. Forget me. Are you getting me? So great. So we have to start. And then for that, there are various steps to it. How do you change it? How do you transform this? Right? But before that, you got to be aware. And that is what is available when you're doing the workshop. That is what I call as the personal mastery to transactional analysis. Okay. So now, but I will give you one small tip over here. If you want to change your relationship, you got to be changing the relationship that you have with yourself. Now, how do you change it? Write down, you have already written down that issue that like some wrote, I'm not good enough. Yeah, or I'm unworthy. Okay. And I have, I'm not wanted. I'm taken advantage of. Now, whenever you are having these beliefs, there's one thing that is missing. Guess what? What is that one thing that is missing? The one thing that is missing is, write down. What is that one thing missing? Compassion. Very good. Beautiful. And very right. Very right. What is missing is compassion towards your own self, empathy, love towards your own self. Few years back, almost 2-3 years back, I took on myself, I wrote it down somewhere, that I'll be compassionate to myself. I realized I was not being compassionate. I was so serious about life. I was so strict with myself. This is how it's goes. Then only I'll be liked by myself. Forget others. Then only I'll be liked by others. I have to be the best when I'm talking to people. I have to be the best speaker. And let me tell you, I used to be so anxious before a class. I would lose my voice so many times. Then I will take something and then I'll talk. In a workshop, I would always fall sick before getting into a workshop. No one knows this. And I used to do full day workshops. And before that, if I had to leave at 8 o'clock or something, so 7:30 to 8, I would lie down, do core somatic integration. resolve everything and become calm and then feel good and then drive down to the workshop. Even in this kind of sessions also the same thing would happen. Is that clear? Great. So this is what it is. Yeah. So one of the things is compassion. So write down somewhere. I want you to do this as a homework. The homework is look at the areas where you're not being compassionate with yourself and look at the areas what kind of behaviors you will have that will tell you that you're being compassionate. Okay? And I want you to put it on the group or send it to me. That is going to be a homework. We'll start over there.